Hey Capricorn. So we are in Leo season now. In case you can't tell, by this very flamboyant deck I decided to use, hot pink with gold. Let's see what's coming up for you Cap during Leo season. I am using the Modern Love Tarot, and I'm going to be using the Steampunk Tarot to clarify. And towards the end, I'm going to pull some cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle. One for relationship, one for prosperity, one for protection, and then the overall energy, okay? All right, what's coming up for Cap? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. What's coming up for Capricorn? Next 30 days. We've got the Chariot, the Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Two of Wands, Six of Swords, Capricorn, the Hanged Man, Five of Cups, Three of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Okay. Overall energy, Page of Cups, the Moon. Okay. All right. So, I was about to call you Sag. All right, Capricorn. So let's see what's going on with you. I find it really interesting that your overall energy is the Page of Cups. I expected to see a lot more Earth in your reading. The only Earth placement is the Page of Pentacles, which is good because I feel like you're stepping into a more creative side of yourself. Like you're allowing yourself to maybe be more poetic, more romantic. Like you're sinking into the softness that you have, which is really good. With the Wheel of Fortune, something may have happened that makes you think like, wow, I'm so lucky. I don't think it's all luck because we do have the Chariot here, which means it's Cancerian energy. We also have Sag energy. Like maybe you are traveling to another part of the world. But I feel like you've put in a lot of time and effort and energy to make this happen for you. Whatever it is you're doing, it makes you feel out of your element because you're showing up with two Page energies. So maybe it's something you've never done before. Maybe it's a part of the world you've never been in before. Or maybe you're just making plans because I do see travel. Like maybe you're in the planning stages of travel. There's something you want to do, but there is a pause, a delay. We'll clarify in a minute to see what this delay is, but it's almost like you want to travel. You want to go to a certain part of the world. Maybe there's some temple you want to visit in India, or I don't know, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be global. It could just be like in your same country, but it feels like it's going to bring you a lot. Like you're really excited about it. It opens you up to a really, creative part of yourself. You're really in touch with that type of energy. But you're having to wait. You're having to put some things to the side for now. Even if you really want this, you're like, I have to prepare. Now, Five of Cups, maybe you're traveling because you lost a loved one. I hope not. If that's so, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I try not to touch on things like that too much in the reading, but there is a loss energy here. So it could be the death of a loved one. It could be a breakup. It could be whatever it is, you feel like you need to heal from this before you can do what you want, because you're still grieving. You're still in the state of mourning whatever it is that was lost. But the Three of Wands, you haven't put this plan aside. You still have this in mind. It's just that you're also very clear about the order things need to happen in. And you don't want to rush anything, because we do have 6 cups overall. Whatever it is that you're going to do, or wherever it is you're going to go, stop. It feels like, sorry, I'm talking to my cat. What? I'm right here, Goober. I can't carry you while I'm doing the reading. 6 of Cups, it feels like you've got really good memories attached to this really sweet, it feels like this, yeah, like sweetness, like a really positive connection to whatever it is you want to do. Now we do have 5 wands overall. So I feel like there might be some, challenges in accomplishing whatever it is. And that might be whether some delays. There might be some challenge in making this happen. Let's clarify, because I'm not really sure what's going on here. Let's look at the Page of Cups. 10 of Swords. Oof. Why so much Page energy? Page of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Swords. What the hell? Okay, Cap, I'm going to tell you the first thing that came to mind as these cards were coming out. I feel like something ended, because we have ending, loss. Something came to an end, right? But I feel like it came to an end because you weren't really investing into it. Page of Pentacles is like you weren't really giving your all, because Page of Pentacles, I mean, Cap, when you're solid, when you show up in your highest self, you're going to show up as the King or Queen of Pentacles, but you're showing up as a page. And it's like, whatever ended, you're still thinking that it's almost like you're in this place of, I know what I did was right. But I don't know that you do. Look at this. This is what... Look, the reason that I'll get to this in a minute. The reason I'm a little concerned with the Page of Cups showing up is because if you're trying to mend something, and this could be an apology, right? You could be trying to mend something. You could be trying to fix it. You're still coming from this place of almost arrogance. And I don't think it's going to go well for you. And that could be where the blockage and the loss eventually comes from. Let this be a warning to you. And because we have the 7 of Swords, which means you're not being honest about what actually happened or how things happened. You're in this cycle of you don't want, it's almost like you don't want to admit your part, or you don't want to, this comes like fear to me. Like maybe you're afraid that if you open up or you go beyond the Page of Cups, that it'll be used against you. And you're not understanding that the whole point, the whole problem came from you still coming from that energy. Let's see. I'm curious now what happened. Let's go to the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Capricorn. I was about to say Sag again. Emperor energy. Okay. There you go. I like that one. Ace of Cups. And, High Priestess. Okay. Okay, Cap. Okay. The picture's getting a little bit more clear now. So we've got the Lovers here. I feel like you met your match. This could be somebody who lives at a distance from you, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which to me is like a global travel card. It doesn't have to be, could be within your own country, but they're not your next door neighbor. Let me put it that way. And although you felt a lot, because the Ace of Cups is like overflowing, right? High Priestess means you didn't express that. You didn't share that. You were focused on something else. Wow. Okay. The reading took a turn. So you may have, maybe you were focused on career, you were focused on business, Chariot is success, wanting success, right? So it's almost like you felt, I don't have time for this right now, and you pushed it aside for something else that you were focused on. Let's see, clarify the Chariot. Got the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Star card. With the Three of Pentacles. You're focused on building somewhere. Like I said, this could be, you could be focused on building career-wise, work-wise, business-wise, financially, but you were hyper-focused on this. You may have acknowledged enough, because we have the Six of Cups here. It's almost like you're like, yeah, we have a connection, but don't, Nine of Wands, but still, leave me the fuck alone. It was like some sort of very distant energy, very defensive energy. Although the acknowledgement that there was a connection was there, it was clouded or covered by focus elsewhere and distance, but emotional distance, not so much. I mean, it could have been physical distance too, but it was mostly emotional. Let's look at this Page of Pentacles, because I feel like it's almost like you're barely learning. That's why you keep showing up as a page. There's something about this connection that you're like, I'm barely learning how to do this. I'm barely learning how to whatever. Let's see. Clarify Page of Pentacles. Let's see what it is you're barely learning. Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man with the Five of Wands. So this person that came in challenged you, but it's not, wow, Ace of Swords twice. It wasn't a challenge like, they hit you across the face with a gauntlet. It wasn't that type of challenge. It was a challenge as in, learn to communicate, learn to express what's not being expressed. And I think it took you some time. With the Page of Pentacles, something about this connection, I feel like you may be an emperor when it comes to business, finances. I mean, you are Capricorn. You're very wise in a lot of different ways, but when it came to this person, they made you feel like you were just starting over in some ways. And so you hesitated. Two of Wands is like knowing what you want, but trying to figure out how to get there. And you may have been cut off. You may have, you were left out in the cold. And something about that puts you in this place. The Hanged Man showing up twice as well. Puts you in this place of like stillness, no movement. But it also helped you understand a lot. Like all of a sudden clarity came through on why things happened the way they did. But we have the Two of Wands, Five of Wands. You're still coming from this place of, well, I did what I could. It's not so much, Page of Pentacles is here as well. It's not like, it's almost like you're telling them, what did you expect from me? That's almost the stance you're taking. Like, well, I didn't know any better. What did you expect from me? I couldn't do better. Instead of just acknowledging, I didn't do what I should have, or I didn't say what I should have. You're being very defensive, because I think that, especially if you're showing up with the Emperor and you're Capricorn, right? You're used to doing things well. You're used to excelling at things. And this connection challenged you. And so you're kind of defensive because you feel like it's challenging your entire identity. It's not, but that's the approach you're taking. So, but see, you're still in this place of like, Two of Wands. I know what I want, but how do I get there? You're still in the place of delays. Let's clarify the Two of Wands. We get the Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Empress. I knew it. So we've got the Five of Cups. Oh, and the Three of Swords. Loss. You lost something, Capricorn. Something, but here's the thing. The first word that came to me when I'm looking at this is taken. You feel something was taken from you. Your heart was broken. You were left out in the cold by this Empress. The Empress cut you off. And so the delay, honestly, the delay is coming whether you realize it or not. And I'm going to clarify as we get there, but I can already tell you right now, a big part of the delay is because you see yourself as a victim of circumstances. You see yourself as, I couldn't have done any better, so what the fuck did they expect from me? But I think the problem is the lack of effort. The lack of acknowledging, you're not acknowledging the lack of effort. You're just acknowledging the lack, but you're also defending the lack of effort. So honestly, I think the Three of Swords went both ways. Their heart was broken too, which is why you were put in Five of Pentacles. Like, no, I don't. This Empress made the decision of, I don't want to be a part of this. So with the Two of Pentacles, it was like a mutual parting of ways. But you're still in the energy of loss. And you're just looking at them like, it's almost like you feel they're being heartless. I'm getting that, and it'll probably come out as we go, but it's like you see this person as they're being heartless. They're being cold. But you're not seeing how you're doing the exact same thing. Maybe they were more decisive about it, which is interesting because you're the Emperor, but let's see. Let's clarify this Six of Swords. Clarify the Six of Swords for Cap. Get the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands, with the Wheel of Fortune again. So with the Wheel of Fortune means that you want change. You're not happy with where you're at right now, either with not speaking or not communicating or not even being together. Whatever it is, the Wheel of Fortune is like you want to change. You want things to change. You don't want them to remain where they're at right now. See? Lovers. You want to bring this connection back. And you're being very Six of Swords, at least mentally. Mentally, you're moving past. If you were at this place of being really angry, because I think you were, because right before the Six is the Five, right? It's like you were blaming them and their heartlessness and their coldness and their this. You're moving past that. You're getting back into the place of happiness, of how much happiness this connection brought you. And so the two knights, the Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, you want to communicate. I will tell you this, you're still coming in knight energy. Even if you did this now, you're still not coming in your full maturity. You start off as a page, you're elevating to a knight, but this is, the knights are usually teenagers. So you start off as a child, now you're at teenager level, so you are growing. But you're approaching an Empress with knight energy. I just don't think, I mean, we've got 5 wands here. I think that's going to create more conflict. And that may be what's stopping you, because you may be aware of that. With the Hangman, there's still a delay. There's the desire to move forward. There's the want, but there's still a delay. Let's see. Clarify the Hangman. Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Swords again. Interesting. And, oh, Seven of Pentacles with the Moon card. What's causing a delay? You. Most importantly, what you're allowing other people to tell you. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles here. Although the image, just shows a few people, in reality, Ten of Pentacles represents our family, our core family. So this could be parents, this could be friends, this could be, it's people you consider family. Their communication to you, what they're telling you, what your mind has been filled with, is that you've already done enough. You've already invested enough, and this is no longer worth your investment. And unfortunately, that's kind of filtered through into your mind because you're in the place of delay, and you're also in the place of Seven of Wands. So if you do come in, you're going to be angry about it. You're going to be immature about it because you think you've already done so much. Because people keep telling you, you've already done so much. You don't need to do more. It's their turn now. If they really want you, they'll come for you. And when they don't, you're going to be that type of person that's exasperated, finally gets up and says something, but they're angry at that point. And although you're remembering the happiness, you're still snappy because why is it that I have to do this? Instead of coming from the place of putting your ego aside and saying, I want to do this because I want to talk to this person. So the delay is being created by yourself, by what you're allowing. This doesn't even have to be people around you. It could be your own mind telling you this. It's almost like you're very transactional. You might be in the place of saying, well, I called them this many times and they called me this many times, so I obviously invested more time than they did, when that's not how things are really measured. And so the loss is still here. You're not moving past it. You haven't been able to move past it is what keeps coming to mind. Clarify Five of Cups. Wow. The Death card, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Devil. With the Hierophant. This is interesting. So I'm going to interpret this two different ways because that's the energy I'm getting. For some of you, the lack of action, the lack of acknowledgement, the lack of accountability is going to end up putting a really the final nail in the coffin of this loss. There will be no coming back from it. And you may move forward to a different connection, to a different person. You may focus on healing. But if you keep taking the same actions, you're going to bring that cycle back into the new connection. Even if there's commitment, even if there's a really strong bond, you have to be careful because this is about not sharing, not opening up, right? So if you don't adjust this, even if it's not with this Empress, whoever the new option is, it'll be the same issue because you're taking it with you. Because the issue is with you, not with them, at least when it comes to this scenario. For others of you, the lack of action is still going to put the last nail in the coffin, but this Empress may be the one receiving an offer elsewhere. They may be the ones to move forward. They will have healed And whatever fear or whatever attachment they had to you would have ended. They may end up in a whole new connection, committed. It may have taken you too long to take movement, to make anything happen. Let's look at this Three of Wands. So we get the World card, the Justice card, the Six of Pentacles, and the Tower. You really want to expand. You really want to get out of this place where you've kind of cornered yourself into. But with the World card, this is Saturn. Saturn will only allow us to move forward if we've learned the lesson. Otherwise, he's going to shove us back into the corner, back where we were. Because Justice card means that there's some sort of karmic connection here. This might have been a lesson you were meant to learn. And you're not putting in, or you're not giving it value. You're not acknowledging the value of this lesson. And it might blow up in your face. Because this is it's like a for those of you who went to school, like it's like an end of year exam, right? Saturn is giving you an end of year exam and you're treating it like a pop quiz. You're giving it that lightness, that even if you felt the heaviness of the loss, but you're just like, the lesson here wasn't mine to learn, it was theirs to learn. The lesson went both ways, because I'm pretty sure the Empress learned a lot too. But I don't feel like you're being as accountable as you think you are. And with the Tower, the clarity of that is going to come through soon. I just don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like the clarity you're about to get. It feels uncomfortable. Clarifies of Swords. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Moon, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Queen of Wands. The clarity that's about to come through, Cap, is that you're acting out of ego. You've literally built, look at this. You've literally built blockages that were not there because your pride was wounded, your ego was wounded. Like maybe you felt like this person rejected you. You felt like this person abandoned you. They may have triggered some abandonment wound. They may have triggered some, I don't know, something, and you're acting out of wounded ego. And you keep telling yourself that, even if you reached out, that's already doing too much, but you're willing to do it. But it's still coming from this place of, I guess I'm going to do it because this bitch ain't going to, it's not coming from a true place of harmony. It's not coming from a true place of accountability. And what's interesting is that in this deck, the Queen of Wands is shown with two cups. One cup is being held high and the other cup is being poured out. So the clarity you're about to get is that perhaps this other person, this Empress, is letting go of whatever emotion and attachment they had. You just haven't seen it yet. And honestly, with the Moon card, you're not being allowed to see it because it's like, until the lesson is cleared, you won't have the clarity. And the longer it takes you to grasp the lesson, because you're still sitting in your ego, at some point you're going to be like, damn, I should have seen that. But we have 10 swords. It'll be too late by then. I don't think you have as much time as you think you do. We'll see. This is a little bit of a difficult reading, Cap. And not for everyone will it be about love. For others, it's going to be family. It'll be friends. It'll be a career, maybe. But whatever it is that you're delaying, you don't have the time you think you do. That much I'm going to tell you. All right. Let's see. What is the relationship message or advice for Cap? What's the relationship advice for Capricorn? Relationship advice for Capricorn. Deep knowing. Prosperity message for Capricorn. Prosperity advice. All that glitters. And protection advice for Capricorn. To the sea. Okay. Overall energy, observer. So let's start with 49. Observer, perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences. So much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. See, I feel like that's a lot of this reading. This would definitely help. Step out of your ego, step out of yourself, and look at things from a much more objective and neutral perspective. Put yourself in other people's place. Because I don't think that right now you're just looking at your side of things, your version of events. Think of that. Okay, number 43 is the relationship message. Deep knowing, intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you are connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly onto your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Nice. There you go. Whatever it is you know, if you know that this is the person for you, then trust that. Make amends. Whenever you're in a relationship, you don't think about my side and their side. You think about what's best for the relationship is what you think about if you're deeply committed. So think about that because your intuition's already telling you what you need to know. Let's read number 16. This is the prosperity message. All that glitters, a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. Sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. Only you know how that applies, Cap. Now let's read that 7 to the sea as a protection message. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. So maybe you've been fighting this whole situation. Maybe you don't even want to, Seven of Wands, you don't even want to acknowledge anything. You don't even want the communication. And it's like, stop resisting. Whatever it is that your intuition's taking you, go with the flow. And if you can't move, work on yourself while you're in a state of silence, or while you're in a state of stillness. Okay. All right, Cap. I hope that this brought you some clarity and guidance for the next 30 days. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.